live?
Not yet.
What's this?
Put it in the middle.
We're not supposed to be here. This is Todd Cook's room. We snuck in to do a podcast.
And we're taking over now. We just had an excellent night tonight. Let's talk
We
about
did.
the winners of the
Let's do
rig.
it. Well, let's ease into it a little bit. Let's set the stage. We've had a couple beers, so bear with
I
us
stuck
here.
to water.
But Muhammed stole Todd Cook's room key earlier. We broke in. We decided to bring some friends. Well, you'll see them in a minute. They're all right here. Okay. We have no idea where Todd is. And I have an audio engineering background, so we were able to figure out how to do this recording. Hopefully it's recording. Hopefully the video is working.
Well, the audio's working.
The audio is working. We know that because we can hear each other. But so that's cool. And Todd, I don't know. He was doing some podcasts earlier today. He's got this fast questions for any guest sheet. So I don't know if we're gonna go through any of these, but
Let me look at it.
but we've got that. We don't really have a plan, but we wanted to just until he comes up and figures that we're here.
Best fast food joint?
Yeah. What's your favorite? You know what? My favorite fast food joint was the fast service that we had, you and I and your family, in Vegas at the kickoff party for Spray Foam 24 just a few months ago. The sushi joint. All you can eat sushi for what? $35 a person or something like that? That was insane. Anyways, welcome. My name is Jon Fredkove with Spray Foam Worldwide. This is
Muhammed Alibashev from Foam It. Coming live to you from Toronto. No, coming live to you from Minnesota.
Based out of Toronto.
That's right.
Now, I actually live like 45 minutes from here, but we just wrapped up 2 days of the 2024 Spray Foam Worldwide Carnival and Knowledge Fair. It was absolutely awesome. Tonight, like about an hour ago, we gave away the box truck.
That couple really deserved it.
That.
I thought it was like a blessing. Their stars aligned. They needed that. They've been in business for a year and they got exactly what they needed. That's going to really boost their business. Hopefully it'll triple it for them. What was he saying he was going to do with it?
He said he was going to make it a foam rig. But first he said,
yeah.
What?
He's driving it home.
He's driving it home? No, he's not. We're actually going to drive it to him. He's from Michigan. It's ISM. And what a great couple.
The great story too.
Great story. Foam rig. What did he say? Something about the
Bandit.
he said
Froth
he
Pack
he said he's gonna call it the Froth Pack Bandit truck, which was absolutely amazing. But yeah, what a cool experience. You know, we announced the winner, and it's Jenna. Don't recall her last name right now, and her fiance Cameron Steele from Michigan. And I remember Jenna like messaging me a few months ago saying, "What's this like Spray Foam Worldwide Carnival and Knowledge Fair all about? Like, what can we expect? Blah blah blah. You should text my fiance Cameron about it with the link. He needs some information." And we just started chatting. And you can imagine, Muhammad, like, I'm like, you know, well, tell me, like, where are you from? And, you know, how long you been in the business? And yeah, you should definitely come and all that. And they did. They decided to pull the trigger, come. And not only did they get a lot of great information from the breakout sessions today, and they've met a lot of really good people. So for the networking aspect, but now they win a brand new $95,000 box truck. So they're looking forward to the next event. Monday, February 10th in Daytona Beach, the kickoff party, Spray Foam Worldwide at SPFA 2025. And then obviously next year at the Carnival and Knowledge Fair. But it was a magical moment. I said, and I had to put my like interview podcaster hat on. I said, what does this mean to you? And are you, so you guys are, because I didn't really know their status. I thought they were just a married couple online. And so I said, you're a couple, right? But are you married? And I put the microphone in Jenna's face, and she said
3 years.
We're what?
3 years they've been engaged.
They've been engaged. And so of course I said live in front of, 500 people in the ballroom. I said, well, you know, maybe tomorrow at the Carnival Knowledge Fair, we could have a wedding. Or,
Hopefully Cameron takes you up on that one.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what I said, but it was a romantic moment and I had to take advantage of it. Lauren, do you want to come over here and add to the... Come here, Lauren.
Lauren
Myers, join help. Welcome to the show, Lauren Myers. Come here. Oh. We've got a series of special guests today. The first guest we have, Lauren, come here, is Lauren Myers from Ambit. You all probably know her. I don't know if this. Do you think the camera actually gets us right here? I have no idea. Yeah. But we'll assume it is. Muhammed, can you see the laptop? Is it getting us?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, it doesn't matter. They can hear us, so okay, perfect. Thanks, Tyler. Okay, we've got Tyler Fiske too. He's gonna come up next. Spoiler alert. But first, Lauren.
I got a question.
Muhammad's got a question
order
for you.
On a pizza?
Cheese. Just cheese.
Anchovies?
Cheese. No anchovies. No anchovies.
Hot peppers?
No. Margarita pizza.
Okay.
That was, yeah.
Lauren lives in like the pizza capital of the
That is true. Yes.
Where is the pizza capital?
New Haven, Connecticut.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
For real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Pepe's Pizza. Pepe's Pizza. Yeah, it's the crust. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so how many SPFA conventions have you attended?
4.
That's awesome. Which ones?
Pasadena, San Antonio, Daytona,
Vegas.
and Vegas.
Oh yeah, you're in
Right?
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best concert you've ever been to?
Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good old Canadian guys.
Yeah.
What is the most trouble you've gotten into in high school?
Not going there. Yeah. Yes.
I like where this is going. Like, this definitely set a foundation for you.
I've got one more, and then Tyler's up.
Is that in college?
Yeah. Keep going.
So what led you to this insulation industry?
Really just a job in 2009.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was, it was between insulation and a physical therapy facility. And
Why 2009? That's right after what?
The recession.
The recession?
No reason other than, no reason at all. Just looking for a job. And I've just stuck into it,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now you're just plowing through.
And now now I'm in it. Yes.
Kevin, come down here, man. Let's
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? Kevin.
All right.
Sit with me,
room for
Kevin.
us here?
Oh yeah, buddy.
There's enough room for your left cheek and my right cheek, brother.
So Kevin, you recently just got married.
I did.
Okay, one of the questions here is, where did you meet your spouse?
At a bar, actually.
Hey, I met my wife at a bar too.
Yeah,
What did
you know
you
what?
do?
But it was a Wednesday night. My best friend from elementary called me up and he's like, "Hey man, we're all going to the bar." And I was like, "Dude, I got work in the morning. I'm not going out." And so he's like, "No, come out." So I decided to show up, and then there was this beautiful lady who was there, and we were actually playing beanbag toss at this bar. All of our friends were getting hammered, and just the two of us just kind of hit it off right there. So now it's
great.
I didn't have to let her win. She was an expert, and I was like, this has got to be like rigged or something. But yeah.
What was your first line to her? What did you say?
Oh my god, my first line. I honestly don't remember. I think I just said, "Hi, my name is Kevin." That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, very
My
simple.
first line I met my wife at a bar too, in Minneapolis here, and I said, "Hey, hi, my name is John. You should convince my friends that we shouldn't leave." And she said, "Why?"
It stuck by you.
She said, "Why?" I said, "Well, because they want to leave and I want to stay." And after that, it was just random stuff,
Yeah.
random conversation.
Listen, Rachel's a gem.
Tyler, I think you should come up here too, man.
Get it,
Okay.
Tyler.
All right, let's switch them out.
There we go.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Kevin. Oh, Kevin's. Oh, okay. I mean, Tyler's gonna come up here.
I want Kevin and I on here together.
Okay, Tyler's gonna
Okay.
answer some questions. Let's
Let's
start with right here. Let's start with no, not that way. Let's start down here.
Now let's
You
talk
look-
about what happened 3 years ago, Tyler.
You look good tonight.
You look good tonight too, Tyler. By the way,
What happened? What happened 3 years ago?
By the
I'll tell
way-
you guys. Here's the thing. Exactly.
hey, Andrew, could you? I don't know if you're busy or not, but just excuse me, the podcast. Could you go downstairs and just make sure that Todd is not like coming up? Like, just make sure he's like in a conversation or something because I don't want him to come up.
Okay.
Is that okay? Thank you. Okay, Andrew. And then Andrew, we're gonna have you on here in a little bit too. All right, buddy. Okay. Thank you.
So what's my
All right.
What's
He's
the
gonna make
question?
sure
By the
Todd-
way, before we get into questions, shout out to Kevin Lall, because here's the deal, guys. Across the insulation industry, it is the next generation that is going to run the insulation industry. So Kevin Lall, his dad Dave did. We heard it today. 40 years in spray foam. Awesome job. Phenomenal job. All the credit he deserves. The next generation is coming up in insulation, and they are going to understand spray foam from the contractor's perspective, from the manufacturer's perspective. That's where it's going. So to your family, shout out.
Thank you. That really means a lot. I just feel very lucky to be in the position that I was. Just happened to be my dad's son, and and it's true. This industry has given us a lot of profitability, making us a lot of good money. But I think even more than that is the camaraderie.
Yeah,
We all come from many different backgrounds, many different places. And you heard from Lauren, between physical therapy and insulation, and it's amazing how much this industry has grown. And big shout out to you and to Bill, John. I mean, Spray Foam Worldwide, and you guys have done an incredible job bringing us all together.
100%.
So I just feel lucky to be a part of this whole thing. So
So your dad put you in spray foam.
Yeah.
My dad put me in spray foam.
all right.
So I agree with everything you
That's
said.
right.
Yep, for sure.
So Tyler, what are your thoughts?
Wait.
Certification was a big topic today.
Hold on.
I want to get
Before
into
we get
that.
into that, I just want to say
Next question.
what Tyler just said about his dad and growing up and stuff. There's a great article in the Spray Foam Worldwide yearbook that we just published this year.
Yes.
If you want to read it for free, you can go to SFWW yearbook.com or sprayfoamyearbook.com. Today's sponsor of the podcast. No. Lauren's cracking up at me right now. No, but it made me remember. I asked Tyler, I say, can you do like an article or something just about your history? Because he's got an interesting history in the industry. And I'll put it in the yearbook, and it's a great. So go to sfwwyearbook.com and go to like I don't know, it's about halfway through it, and you'll see a cartoon picture of Tyler over here.
That's right.
And he says some cool
I
things
never looked better.
about growing up with a dad in the industry. And was it your grandpa too?
Listen, my family's been insulating since the
It was
1950s.
An amazing little
I used
story.
to lay on the floor of my living room with my dad, trying to figure out schedules of who's working where and all that stuff. And just send this guy with that guy and that guy with this guy. And it was never that easy. But that was my introduction to insulation, growing up with people on the mechanical side, doing all that stuff. But yeah, it was it's been great. I owe insulation everything I have to my professional career. I owe to insulation.
Well put.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Muhammed, you were asking?
Your thoughts on the certification?
Oh, no, Tyler.
I'll circle back to that.
Just circle back to that. I mean, we're trying to talk about, some heartwarming things with
So
what this industry means to us. And now you ask what about certification?
SPF.
No. Let's get to the fuzzy stuff.
You want to bring up some controversial topics?
Controversial.
Ooh, this is the hot seat right now, man.
Okay,
We got
Takeover,
Todd.
Go ahead. Yeah. This is the
Todd is out
takeover.
of the picture. We'll talk about anything.
We should rename this the Takeover.
Yeah.
I like it.
SFWW
Foam and friend.
takeover.
Yeah.
Takeover. So you guys want to know about the SPFA
Mhm.
PCP professional certification program? That's what you're asking me about. What do I
That's
think?
correct.
Man, I was the 42nd person on the planet to get the SPFA PCP
That's
program.
amazing.
Early
I
on.
am all in. I've been to shout out to companies that are no longer in business. I've been to Geico when they hosted it. I've been to Icynene. I've been to a number of other companies that unfortunately aren't in business anymore due to some buyouts. But I am all in on the SPFA PCP, on your membership. I think, as Dave Lall said, really well this morning. And also shout out to Robert Jameson, who I know him. I don't know him too well, but shout out to him. The groundswell, as he said, of the contractor support for the PCP and for SPFA. I think if we want to eliminate a lot of the concerns we have for the industry, we need 100%. We need the contractors to get involved, get the certification, buy in, join the SPFA. And I think that starts to eliminate a lot of the problems we have. And Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, Tyler, I agree 100%. I think it's a starting point, at least, for the industry. And it's something that really benefits all of us tremendously. And, as I think what we heard earlier today with everybody, putting their input and wanting and open to having more, this is something that's growing. You and I have grown up in this industry, call it for the last 30 years. And, but we still got the next 30 plus years in front of us to make this whole thing even better than what it is. And so, so I agree. I remember when I really was getting involved in spraying, the first year is like, you have no clue what's going on, and then the second year in the industry being an applicator, it's like, you're starting to get some of the light bulbs. And so it's really not until maybe the third year of solid everyday work that it's starting to make sense. And, and as I see this transition happening, when our dads were doing it, in the spray foam industry, especially at the beginning, there wasn't really many experts. There wasn't a lot of people who had the experience and the knowledge to, to really, to propel this thing to what we want. But today that's changing. A lot of the guys, my dad included, he's getting up there, and he's getting older, but he's still got a lot more passion and a lot more information and knowledge to give, as well as many others that, that have been involved, such, Chaz and Rusty and, and all the other guys who've grown up in this whole business. And
so share with me on that, because I don't often get to, I'm 30. I don't know how old you are, but
36.
So 38, 36. So your dad was one of the pioneers in spray foam, started Demolac back in the day, and, through all the, everything that went on with Demolac back in the day. But talk to us, because I'm curious. Growing up on the contracting side, you grew up on the manufacturing side. Here we are today, both on the manufacturing side. Share with me what it was like for you growing up as a kid. And when you're done, I'll share what it was like for me growing up as a kid.
Absolutely. And you know what, I'd like to start with a little story. This is what really propelled, I think, my dad, to go after the open cell, product formulation. And, a lot of people wanted to know, where did open cell really start and develop? And, Demolac and Icynene were always the two that were going back head to head.
For sure.
And actually, Icynene was the one who came up with it first. And so it was in the city of Toronto. Toronto in the 80s had a great boom. A lot of people moving there.
Was that Mississauga? Just outside Toronto?
Yeah, just outside Toronto. The GTA.
Now GTA.
Yeah, and so what happened was, close-up foam has been around for a long time. And so the number one complaint that all the builders were getting from the homeowners, was that the bonus room above the garage was always very cold. Mm-hmm. And so, so we said, hey, we got a great product. We can spray some closed-cell foam, no problem. And so Gabe Farkas, who passed away a few years ago, great guy, from Icynene, was with the builder, and my dad was also there. And so he said, as they're in the garage discussing all the possibilities and what they can do, how to fix this issue, one of the contractors, electrical contractors, said, well, the garage is typically where, the guys like to turn this into a man cave. And so, what happens when tomorrow I want to come in, put in some speakers, run some wires and this stuff. And so he said, here's this product called Open Cell. He took a number 2 yellow pencil and he pushed it through this foam. And then he said, "Here, Dave, why don't you go ahead and try this yourself?" And so my dad said he never felt so, embarrassed. He tried to explain what he can do. And so from that moment, he said, "You know what? I'm going to go back into the lab and develop something different." And so Icynene, we all know they had the emulsion technology. So we had the paddle that they had to mix in. And, the paddle, right? The literally canoe paddle.
In 2011, my family business was the third largest installer of Icynene in North America. I know all about the paddle.
Yeah. It's amazing, right? And so during that time, and open cell foam is a very complicated dark art. It's, closed cell foam, there's an actual formulation you can follow to develop the system. And so he said one of his technicians were working on this for a long time, and his name was Yves Rondeau, and he said, and Mario Charlebois, he said, "Dave, I'm going to give you 2 more weeks." He said, "After this, I'm not working on this project anymore." He said, "Because if we can't develop this open cell foam, that's it." And within those 2 weeks, they were able to develop what is called Selection 500.
Selection 500.
And Selection 500
less a legacy product in open cell spray foam formulations like the Icynene Classic.
Yeah.
Right. The Selection 500 for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was the start in '88, and during that time. Growing up when you're with, and I'm sure you probably know, your parents, they go to work, they come back home, you don't really pay much attention, right? And it's not until you get older that you start to recognize and value all the things that they're doing and trying to achieve.
I think what you're trying to say is, for all those years, your parents were right.
Yes.
And you just don't want to admit it.
It took 36 years for it to start to actually sink in.
Yeah, they were right. Yeah. My dad was right on a lot of things I didn't give him credit for at the time.
Right. Absolutely. And, my dad, when he started off, he said it was like a one-man show. He said, he had a dream. We were immigrants to Canada. We were immigrants here in the U.S. And, he just always believed that he could get it done. And, over the years, we trained a lot of people, we grew the business, and Icynene was a great competitor. Honestly, it was like, the two giants going back and forth, and really, we couldn't have been one without the other. That's what really propelled this industry to, where it is today. And to see now, I'm so excited to see a lot of manufacturers, a lot of new technology being developed, and a lot of things that I thought of, man, why didn't I think of that, myself after all these years? But being involved, in the industry, and growing up, as a young man, it's I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. The people and the and what it's brought for us. A lot of success, and so I'm looking forward to another 30, 40 years. Between me and you,
absolutely. So, Kevin, from the manufacturing side, the product development side, we got a very similar story, but for me, it was on the contractor side. So my grandfather first started insulating in the 1950s, got, kicked out of the union back in the day for doing side projects, not through the union and all that stuff. My family business, Anchor Insulation out of New England, now part of the IBP family, but in New England, they were always mechanical. So pipe covering, working in power plants, all that different stuff. Fiberglass pipe wrap, rubber pipe wrap. I worked at distributors selling all that stuff because they couldn't add warehouse people or inside sales staff that knew, what that insulation material was and what the uses were. But that's what I've been doing since I was a kid. So I knew that stuff like the back of my hand. And that was my start in insulation. I always thought my role in insulation would be on that side of the business. Lo and behold, it wasn't. But the role of, spray foam and where it has grown from where it wasn't even a thought in my mind to where this is the product that, not only homes and buildings, but boilers, tanks, underground piping is the product of choice. Roofing is really where spray foam has grown to. And to come up on the contracting side where my dad, the only reason I'm on the manufacturing side is unfortunately my dad got brain cancer. He passed away. I would for sure 100%, 1,000% still be on the contracting side. but my dad passed away, and that was always my goal, was to work with my dad. Couldn't do that anymore. Sort of joined the manufacturing side of the industry, and to get to work with people, you know, in all aspects of installation. I don't care what you do. I'm just glad to be able to work with you guys, you know? And so when people ask me outside the industry, they ask me, what do I do? And I try to explain it to them, and it makes no sense. They're like, what do you do? I know. I couldn't even answer you correctly to tell you I have an appreciation of what I do. But when people in installation ask me, what do I do? It's really very easy. And it gets back to a lot of the things my dad told me to do. And he said, when he put me in spray foam at Anchor Installation back in the day, he said, learn as much as you can, meet as many people as you can, make us the best that you can. So what do I do today? I do those three things. And the fourth thing I've since added is I hang out and I talk spray foam. And what do I do no matter where I am in the country, literally 50 states, wherever I am, talking to Steve, shout out to Steve Jewell, talking to Steve Jewell in Europe the other day. What do I do any given day? Do I know what I'm doing? I am hanging out. I'm talking spray foam. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And it's there's nowhere better to be. Nowhere better to be in installation than spray foam.
I agree, man. And you know, it's nice to hear the parallel of what, you know, what the experience was like for you and you know, and for me, and, you know, that I'm sorry about, you know, about your father, and,
thank you,
you know, and it's also a legacy that you've grown up in, you know,
yeah.
And the things that you're contributing and, you know, the experience that you share, I think is extremely valuable. And so Tyler, didn't get a chance to really get to know you before this, you know, but
hey, meeting each other on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Live, first person.
This is, yeah.
We're gonna do a third podcast. I'm gonna tell you what I really think about Kevin.
Yeah.
Welcome to New England. Shout out to Lauren Meyers.
Shout out to Lauren.
Pizza capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, the next year, what are you excited about in insulation?
Well, what I would like to say more so is in the polyurethane chemistries, you know. So insulation is something that we've grown up in, you know. We do, you know, the wall systems, the roofing systems. But if I had today, you know, really truly to say what I'm probably most excited about is the concrete lifting. You know,
Okay.
I think it's such a great solution to such a widespread problem. And, you know, it's just, I think the biggest challenge, you know, is just, it's not very well known or aware that it's, you know, a solution to this, you know, problem that we have. And you know, and it's rare that you can be involved in an industry that can fit so many different applications. So for me, you know, I think the next big thing, someone's phone.
Hey,
Is that room service?
Yeah.
my service coming.
Whose phone is that? It's probably Todd.
Yeah. I think he's probably trying to get back in here.
Todd,
Don't let him in.
sure.
Okay.
You
Keep
know
the
what?
door locked,
He
bro.
forgot his phone in here, and he's trying to call it.
God, man, Todd.
Todd Cook.
Just keep feeding them and drink.
But
Yeah,
Whoever's down there with them, buy them drinks.
yeah.
exactly.
Andrew, my tab is still open. You can feed him some shots there. But what do you think? What's your take, man?
Well, wait,
You know,
real quick, I just wanted to interject. Kevin was just talking about concrete lifting, you know, with polyurethane foam, and just wanted to give a shout out to the second sponsor of today's episode, which is the Spray Foam Roll Wide YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search Spray Foam Roll Wide, subscribe, and then search for the concrete lifting video that we just did. I don't know. I think it was about 3-4 months ago that we uploaded. It's a hilarious video with our animated friend Foamy. If you're a contractor listening to this, you got to go and check it out, download it, and share it with your network on Facebook through your through social media. It's absolutely amazing. It's a fun way to kind of dumb down the concepts of concrete lifting and how it works, and you can share it with people. So
Check it out. Spray Foam Worldwide.
check it out, Spray Foam Roll Wide YouTube
wide,
channel.
wide.
good job.
Shout out to Nathan's crew.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. A couple of those guys got tattoos on their calves here at the Mall of America yesterday. of Northland companies, their company that they work for, Northland companies and Northland Spray Foam in kind of north central Minnesota. Nathan Lang is the owner of the business, and those guys are dedicated guys. They go and get a tattoo of the company. I mean, amazing. So dedication to they understand the upside to being in this industry, to being trained through Nathan and through the SPFA. Nathan has paid for them to come to every single Spray Foam Worldwide Carnival Knowledge Fair. He pays for them to come to the Spray Foam convention. And so they see the value of it, and it's proof is in the pudding. Now you're loyal to your employer. Now you're excited about this trade, about growing your craft and leveling up in the industry. And that's a perfect example of it. And I know the guys. Last time I went with family up north to a cabin at a summer trip, we actually went over to Nathan's shop, and I stopped by and said hi to him and stuff. But he runs an awesome operation.
Absolutely.
Sorry for the tangent, but
No.
yeah,
So
I can't believe they got tattoos.
they got tattoos. They one of his guys.
It's like
also
Ron
felt for
Fetzer
a
getting
joke.
his SFWW tattoo in Las Vegas. That was amazing. Cut to Ron Fetzer's tattoo right
Same
now,
thing with Ron.
Mr. Editor.
Same thing with Todd Bolton. He got one too.
Todd Bolton. Yep.
Right after we kind of broke in, Rasim came with us. Rasim is acting like the techie guy, and he's giving me these hand signals. He's like, the recording is almost done. You got to wrap it up. So I'm like, okay. So I have to break in and say, Tyler, Kevin, thank you very much. I want to bring in Jayson. You're here.
And we want to
Rasim,
bring in
if you-
John Volk too.
Or John, if you want to come over here.
Yes.
Thank you very much,
Thank
you
Kevin,
guys.
very much.
But we
Appreciate you.
literally have, I think,
Thank you, guys.
right, Rasim, 7 more minutes. We have 7 more minutes of recording
Right.
time. So thank you. So, all right. 3rd annual Spray Foam Worldwide Carnival and Knowledge Fair. Muhammed, unfortunately, due to a lot of stupid rules, you have not been able to join us in 2022 and 2023, and now you are here. You're amazing family. Before we introduce, what was your name again? John Volk from Elasticam.
Yeah.
And then we've got Jayson Collado here. Before we introduce these guys, get them to share some words, and then we got how many more minutes, Rasim?
7.
I feel like
We got 5 more minutes now. Okay, good, perfect.
So minus minutes, 7 minutes ago, just making up minutes.
Rasim says 5 more minutes. Muhammed, what's your take? What's your take on the Spray Foam Worldwide Carnival Knowledge Fair, the Minnesota Contractors Meetup event? What did you learn?
Well, we were here 2019.
Well, for sure. So Muhammad was part of like 20 or so contractors that came here to Minnesota and hung out and just kind of like meeting of the minds type thing. They went fishing. They said, hey, can we come to Graco? I was at Graco at the time, right? No, that was 2022. And I said, yeah, come to Graco and we'll do a tour and stuff like that. But yeah, they had a great time, and it was like a meeting of minds, like a mastermind. That was amazing. But then you haven't come back. What did you think about now in 2024, what we've turned the contractor meetup into?
It's absolutely phenomenal. There's nothing like it in this industry. And anyone thinking about coming, don't think, just buy the ticket, get your place, and come right down here. It's well worth it.
It is.
So listen, let's talk about me and John. We got a 20-year history. I want to cut this short.
Are you serious? 20 years? You
He's
guys
been
have
on-
known
he's
each other
been
for
on
20
both
years?
sides.
Okay. All right. You talk about
tell us.
your history, and I'm going to talk about me and Jason's history
So I we came from product
because we got
testing.
history.
See how you guys are both wearing red hats?
Yeah, you actually are wearing,
We're wearing blue.
We're from the good side. Yeah,
Totally is.
we're from the good side. All
Yeah,
right.
So initially, I was product testing for 10 years. I tested everyone's building products right across the board. Every single spray foam manufacturer that you see that was gone. I did their Canada US certification for years. I also did what do we call it? Filter glass. I did all the filter glass. I did all the single bands. I did, you name it, all of it for building science purposes, code compliance. And then 11 years ago, private equity was a thing.
Mhm.
We got bought and sold 3 times. I couldn't take it anymore. I left. And yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
And then I got an offer to build a spray foam plant, so I did.
Spray foam plant?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I built the spray foam plant at Elastichem, and I've been with them for 11 years. And I've done
Wow.
all the product certification, all the launches, all of it. Yeah. Been working with him in testing initially. He was like rogue Mo by himself. No wife, no nothing, no kids.
Oh
Looked-
my gosh.
Looked
before-
exactly the same,
Are you
by the
serious?
way. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looked exactly the same.
Forever
Less gray,
young.
Less gray.
Hey, editor, cue Forever Young.
And then, yeah.
I really did lean on Muhammed when I was at Graco with like testing guns and equipment and all that kind
makes
of stuff too.
sense.
So very, very, very good operation in terms of testing, field testing, stuff like that. That was really good. What can I switch over to Jayson real quick? Just so Jayson, so you are you're from CPI Insulation, Orlando, Florida. What does CPI stand for?
Climate Pro Insulators.
Climate Pro Insulators. Okay.
Sir.
Jayson Collado. And you've been coming to the Carnival Knowledge Fair for 3 years, right? You've been here every year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What'd you think of this event?
This event was awesome, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like every year we meet more people.
Which breakout sessions did you go to? Because the panel discussion was amazing.
Oh yeah, the
What-
panel discussion was amazing. I went to all 4.
Okay.
But the main one that I liked the most, that hit it on the touch, was we had Tyler out there. We had Jeremiah.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
That one was
everything that we do,
amazing.
it's profit, dude. We're in the business for profit, dude. So I don't care what you say. You want to be the nicest guy, bro. We're in this for profit. So that panel discussion at the end of the day it hit the spot.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked Jeremiah and Tyler's presentation as well. It was an emotional experience.
At the very end.
Muhammed, him and I were hanging out. Okay. He goes in there. I go in there with him. We stay in the breakout session. I leave. I come back an hour later. He's still in there. I said, what are you doing here? He said, I'm attending this twice. He's taking notes. He's
Trying to
taking
get an extra
pictures.
Oh, no,
Amazing job.
I didn't even sign my name.
Trying to get an extra ticket, buddy.
It was, yeah. I put your name down. So anyway, so Jeremiah Bryant talked about, profit is not optional, right?
Correct.
And he brought in Tyler, who was just on a little bit ago here, to kind of provide some color commentary about what he sees in the real world of contractors that don't understand how do you articulate that?
The numbers.
That don't understand that profit is not optional.
Yeah.
You have to operate with profitability, in mind.
Oh yeah, and one main thing also about all the breakout sessions, from the feedback that I got from other guys, was it was a reality check for some people. Some people didn't even. They were like, "Damn, I didn't even know I was gonna hear this over here."
Mm-hmm.
And that one was very emotional, and I know everybody can relate. Sometimes you got those long days, like we had Kevin and Tyler. Sometimes their parents was out working, like he said, all day. They just come at night, and it was like, sometimes your parents is us as contractors. We come back home, and it's all right. You guys, dinner, take a shower, homework, everything's good, and on to the next day. So, that one was, I think, for me, it hit me the best.
Yeah.
On that one.
Mm-hmm. It's getting me a little choked up right now. Just
Yes.
I'm not lying.
Yes.
I could.
Right?
I don't want to spill the beans.
No, I don't.
It was all about. Let me just break it down
Go
real
ahead.
quick. It was all about you got to make profit. If you're losing money, it could put you in a spot where you're running low on money. When you're running low on money, you can't really provide for your family. And there was a gentleman that was his friend who was in that boat, borrowed some money. A week later, he talks to him. 2 days later, because he was running out of money, he ended up committing suicide. And, when it comes to construction, we don't see this side because it's a lonely game. We're by ourselves in a suit, in a mask, working in an attic, nobody to talk to because you're starting at 5 a.m., you're coming home at 11, and it does get tough. So it kind of hit home there. And the bottom line is don't sell yourself short. It's, it's not bad to make some money. There's only so much you could take a hit on. So know your numbers, make the right moves. And if you're in a bad spot, please reach out to any one of us here.
Yeah. I mean, it's stress. Stress got to him. And when I heard that, let's, cue up some happy, some happy questions because
Change the music.
change the music.
We need a music.
But that session was touching. And Jeremiah, if you're listening right now to this, I don't know.
Room 614, we're waiting for you. Come right now.
I think though,
But
sessions are a big deal,
amazing.
right?
That
Because
was, and
from my
it's
perspective-
intimate. You get a chance to be engaged and actually get true, quick feedback, right?
But a lot of guys that you work with as a manufacturer, they don't know how to run their business, especially when they're starting out. They lose a lot of money. They don't know how to quote. They don't know how to do takeoffs. All the little aspects of running your business are a big deal. And if you don't know how to do them or you lack the experience to do them, they'll cost you money. And in the end, it could end it for you, right? So the breakout sessions, I think at this format for the people is really nice because it's strictly about their businesses and how to make them more profitable and something they can take home with them, right? You go to some of the other, I guess, spray foam shows and it's manufacturer specific, raw material specific, training. Don't get me wrong. I wrote a training program. I get it. Training specific, but this is geared for contractors and geared to help contractors navigate their business. And the amount of people here that are willing to share, which is a difference, right? Because typically you go to places and everyone's cards are up. I mean, we had two competitors praising each other 2 seconds ago, which was fantastic, right? And why? Because they want to make the industry better. The thing I found about this group specifically is everyone wants to talk, everyone wants to share stories, everyone wants to help everyone because they want the industry to grow, right? So if there's one big takeaway from the event is I think it's done by sprayers for sprayers to grow it, right? And everyone's here to displace filter glass, is that what we're calling it? Filter glass, right? Yeah,
The F word.
and whatever else we want to call it. But it is refreshing because it is very focused and it is all installers and it is all guys sharing. I think we're in trouble.
Don't.
Hey, to piggyback to
Is that
these,
Todd?
to piggyback to these
Thank God.
questions Todd left here, coming from the manufacturer side from you.
Oh no.
What was
Hey,
your first
refills.
car, by the way?
Yeah.
My first
I was actually
Yeah.
gonna just, hey, let's shift gears because Rasim is literally just telling me he's like,
IS
we have to wrap up. So Jason's gonna ask us what?
Yeah, Lexus. My first
He's gonna
car.
ask us 1 or 2 more questions and then we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
What about you? I know you're coming from Turkey and everything.
Volkswagen Cabriolet, white leather interior.
I thought he was gonna tell me the donkey from out there.
The Don.
Why don't you just like a Volkswagen Beetle?
Hold on, that was my first mechanical ride.
Oh,
Got my manual.
oh, that's awesome.
I didn't get to the bottom of that one.
What else? What was the question you just asked?
Hey, what was their first car?
Oh, okay. Mine was a Honda Civic.
Oh, me too.
Hey, what was
Really?
your first rig?
What was it?
What was your first rig?
Rig.
Ooh, my first rig.
What was your first rig?
That one will be.
Was it a trailer or a truck?
It was a trailer. First rig. It was a
How many
JHPK.
JSBK.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, JHPK.
All right.
Wow.
And when they sold it to me, they told me, "Hey, you're in this for profit, right? It's gonna spray the same. I mean, you want to spray gallons, right? You want to. It's
How'd that work?
it worked great until they told me. It worked great until they told me, "Hey, if you don't buy a phone from me, they ain't gonna give me no support." So I had to go over to the Graco side and then get a rig from Spray Foam Systems
What
and
about these other guys? What was their first rig?
The big G.
the Big G.
Mine was a Graco right from the start.
All right.
Yeah.
What
And
was
then
Oh, keep going.
We just kept upgrading it, bigger compressor, bigger generator, more reactors, longer hoses, lighter whips, lighter guns. And we're just constantly developing.
And do you still use Reactor Connect?
Yeah, actually we do.
We got to keep breaking into these.
Dude, this is awesome. Tyler's going to end it. But before Tyler ends it, wraps it up, I want to say that Todd is, I don't know where he is. He's probably right back behind those two guys talking to him right in the corner of the bar. Remember when we left?
Yeah,
He was
I remember.
talking
He was
to
right
those
there
guys.
talking to those guys. Yeah.
Woo! I don't know what the heck we were talking. They weren't a part of our comments. Racine, see if there's markers. Right here. Oh, thanks.
Make sure you sign it the way you sign your checks.
Come on. Click. Yeah, this is good. I feel like it was a good decision that we came up here and who got the key? Who got the room key?
I'll figure out how to get back to him.
Okay, good.
He may have to get a
Well,
new
thank
key.
you. Yeah, that was smart. It was great, and we I'm glad we got everybody on board here too. Lauren,
Yeah.
you, Kevin, who else?
The last I
Does
can.
anybody else need to
John?
get some screen time here or what?
Anybody else want some screen time? Racine?
No.
Minutes.
You don't want to catch a case.
Well, hey, listen. As we wrap up this podcast with different contractors,
Get up close.
as we wrap up this podcast with
There you go.
different contractors, different manufacturers, I want you guys to know the present and the future of insulation is spray foam, and it's here now. It's ready for you guys. Embrace it. Learn how to implement it at your businesses to the best degree you can to make your businesses as successful as you can. And that is how your businesses will grow and thrive going forward. Thank you. Appreciate everybody's time tonight.
You say something.
I hope we got to get built out. No, I mean, spray foam has been awesome to me, my family, and it's awesome meeting new people. I think spray foam is the future, and I mean, I'm happy that I did the right choice.
We all do. Okay, let's get out of here. Should we get out of here? Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna get out of here. Hey, thank you so much for listening to us. I don't know if we're gonna actually be able to stop the recording and figure out how to upload it. Racine?
Don't forget to subscribe.
Racine, do you think you can figure out how to upload it? Really? Thank you. All right. We're gonna figure out how to upload it. Hopefully we won't run into any problems. Thank you for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to the Foam and Friends podcast with Todd Cook and guests. Thanks.